percents to fractions. And it's not really hard. The hardest part's reducing, if that may be the case. And let's just grab a couple of these and start messing with them and see what happens. If I got the number 61%, first step is to take this and make it 61 over 100. If you can reduce this, usually if it's an even number, you can immediately cut it in half and go further. You can make this fraction a little smaller. So you want to reduce to the simplest form. In this case, it's stuck. So it's just 61 over 100 is the answer to this. Taking 37%, it's the same thing. You just end up with 37 over 100. There's nowhere to go. Let me grab one that's a little more interesting, like 2%. Okay, let's take 2%. If I was to take it to anything, it'd be 2 over 100. But I can divide both, and this is how we did factoring. It's kind of what it looks like. Divide both by 2, you get 1 over 50. That would be the answer, 1 over 50. Let's grab another one that's a little interesting, like 85. See, like I said, um, you can look at that and you could say, well, this is 85, this is 100. And if you remember back, we try to find numbers that can be divided by other numbers. Obviously, both 10 and 5, both are divisible by 5. So this can be divided by 5, and this one divided by 5. And if we do that, 85 divided by 5 is equal to 17, and this would be 20, and that'd be in its simplest form. Okay, so when you're looking at these, you say, okay, that's obviously, I'm going to be dividing this by 5, this by 5, but you do the numerator and the denominator when you do it. Let's grab an even one, like 64%. 64% is equal to 64 over 100. I can see that's even, so I'm going to immediately divide by 2. Okay, so then you end up with 32 over 50. It's still even, both of them. Let's divide again. Divide by 2, divide by 2. So then you end up with 16 over 25. Okay, and at that point, you pretty much see that you're stuck, and that would be your answer. So that's how you would do this if you're trying to change a percent to a fraction. Let's reverse this, though. Let's take a fraction, right, such as 41 over 100. You want to make it a percent, you just cross out the bottom. It's 41%. That's all you have to do. 59 over 100, same idea. You just take away the bottom, it's 59%. Okay, let's grab one of the weird ones like this, 1/10. 1/10. Wow, we could do it. It has to be over 100 to cross it out. I multiply both by 10. The numerator denominator, I end up with 10 over 100. Now I can cross it out. So now it's 10%. Okay, some of these will get trickier, but it's the same concept. Let's try 2/5. 2/5. All right. If I wanted to get this 100, I multiply this by 20. I multiply this one by 20. I end up with 40 over 100. This crosses out, so it's 40%. So this is how you would do these things. You just try to get it to something, and if you notice, the exercises, they all have numbers that you can use, like 3/4. There are things that you can get to 100. This one you multiply by 25. This one by 25, right? This is equal to 75 over 100. Cross that out, 75%. So that's how you get percents to fractions and fractions to percents.